So the question that we are beginning with today is this: what setback have you recently bounced back from? What setback have you recently bounced back from? I'm talking about resilience. What setback have you recently bounced back from? You might be mid-flight right now, you know? You might be in the air right now, in the middle of your bounce back. It's just nice to know that we have that ability. We have that ability to bounce back. Bouncing back implies that we got banged up against something, like we hit the floor, we hit the wall. But yet here we are. So for Alexis, is not being able to work in rides, because they couldn't logistically train me in rides with an interpreter. Instead, they transferred me to shows, and it is a better fit. Start my OJT today, in fact. All right, get that on-the-job training popping off on a Friday. That's what's up. Sometimes the thing we bounce back to is better than the thing that we feel like we lost. Sometimes the losses that we count as losses are, they weren't losses at all. They were necessary and useful sacrifices to allow us to move into something that's even greater. We always have to, well, I guess we don't have to, but it might be useful to hold the possibility that there's the thing that we are going for, that there might be something even better than what we think we want. It happens that way sometimes. So Benita Ray and Faye have joined us, folks. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us for Morning Journal session number 270. If you have just joined us, we're working with the prompt that you see in the background on the screen. You can always swipe the screen over to the right, just if you want to be able to read it easily. But the question is this: what back have you recently bounced back from? Sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit for our resilience. Maybe we are on our way back, but either way, it's good to know that we have that ability, we have that potentiality to bounce back when things don't go as you would hope. So for Miss Fire, the setback was being behind in class and then passing. So falling behind, but then still managing to get through. That's always a vibe, right? Gas Mask Pete is in the building. Thank you so much. For joining us. So there's something worthwhile in connecting with the possibility that things are going to work out Sometimes we don't even recognize the fact that we're behind in the middle of a setback because the setback has become just normal, right? The setback has become our normal. So maybe we don't even know. We don't even know it's a L. And I guess also having a setback also implies that you were actively going for something, right? You aren't actually trying to do something. It's hard to recognize what a setback is. You know, if you don't have a goal, then there's not really a possibility to have a setback compared to what, right? Yeah, you got to be trying to do something to have a setback. So as you are thinking about that, as you are considering that question, go ahead and drop me a couple green hearts in the chat if you don't mind. Rita is up at least for the moment. Green hearts for Rita who's listening over here on YouTube. Yeah, when you're just drifting, you don't have anything to bounce off of. You're just drifting. There's no floor for you to hit. You're just gonna, you know. So Gas Mask Pete says, I went from like 2 friends and no money to leading a community of awesome 3 jobs and going back to school. Yeah, get money, making those connections. That's awesome. All right. Let's y'all want to get ready to go to the next prompt? Let's do the next one. I think that you should be proud of yourself for the way that you are able to pick yourself up after you fall, dust yourself off, even if you haven't made it all the way back. The fact that you survived and that you are moving forward is already that's a part of the bounce back. That's a part of the bounce back. As soon as you get off the floor, you've bounced back, right? As soon as you make contact and you start going back up in a positive direction, that's already the bounce back. So you gotta appreciate that. So as we are bouncing back or thinking about those bounce back forward to, we can start looking forward to some things, right? All right, so here, let me reset the request box. Let's list 3 small things that you are looking forward to. One of the tools of resilience, one of the tools of pulling yourself up when you fall down, of kind of holding on or connecting to positive possibilities, is to have something to look forward to. And it doesn't have to be something big. Just enough of something to get you going, right? So we are orienting ourselves towards some sort of possibility. What possibility are you orienting yourself towards? Looking forward to something. Like I said, it doesn't have to be big, but what are some small things that you're looking forward to? I know every day I wake up and I look forward to that first cup of coffee, right? So I can, feel like myself. If you enjoy food, you might look forward to a specific meal, but all these little things that you have to look forward to, all these sort of avenues for delight and joy and motivation, whatever feeling it is, these feelings are expressed in the prospective of like, what's the prospects of me moving towards that? So Tim says, I'm looking forward to plantains, mangoes, liquor. Can I do 4? I'm going to add camping. So camping, plantains, mangoes, liquor. Four things that Tim are looking forward to. Tim says, I'm looking forward to completing another project, looking for the treasure in my day's adventure, finding at least one new technique to test out for a new game. Looking forward. You got some stuff working, got some stuff cooking over there. So we're talking about three small things you are looking forward to. So for Alexis, it's orcas, phoenix, and sleep. Orcas, phoenix, and sleep. So Tim says, Noble is the new Tim. In what way? In what way? So Quasha says, I'm looking forward to selling these treats, looking forward to this new job, and I'm looking forward to time to create. I'm looking forward to getting some time to create. Love it. Hopefully you'll be able to have an opportunity to, I wonder what types of creating you're going to do with this time that you have. I know you do voice work. I wonder what you're going to do with that creative time. So Reese is here. What's happening, Reese? Right now we're talking about 3 small things that you are looking forward to. Enter a nickname. Thank you so much for the spoons. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate the support. There are lots of ways that you can support the community, and direct support through spoons is always appreciated. Quasha says, I want to start a children's audiobook and start making money from voice gigs. Also write poems. Oh, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. You know, there are a lot of children's book authors who probably would love voice talents. And if you're ready to start writing your own children's books, that's also a great avenue. If you got a lot of ideas, it's great when you have a specific set of skills. So Misfire says, I'm looking forward to this shower I'm gonna take, applying for my credentials, and the work trip I have for this summer. Those are great. Mo is here. Thank you for joining us. Weird. A friend approached me last night to illustrate a kid's book she's working on. So there's an amazing thing that happens when you start putting it out in the universe, what your intentions are. You'll find people all around you who are, who might have something to move you towards what you want. When you start making your intentions known, when you start letting people know, hey, this is what I'm working on. You never know who around you might be on a similar path, or who might be able to, who might be able to offer a little bit of guidance, a little bit of assistance, a little bit of an opportunity for you. So, Gas Mask Pete says, making money off my new website, getting the classes I need, and maybe finding someone new to talk to. Yeah. Finding somebody new to talk to. Gas Mask Pete's about to pull up. Pull up, Pete. There we go. We in here networking. So Mo says, I'm looking forward to dinner with colleagues, hanging out with someone special, and sleeping in. I'm wondering, I don't know. The way that I'm reading this is like all of this is going to happen. This is all part of one evening. One evening / morning. Yeah, you're going to start out with dinner with colleagues, and you're going to slide over and have a little special time and then sleep in. There we go. Sounds like a good weekend. These are good weekend activities. All right. Let's see here. So it's always good to have something to look forward to, even if it's something small. It doesn't have to be a major milestone, because a lot of times we over anticipate, or we overestimate how good we are going to feel after we do something big. Usually, it's just going to be cool for a minute, and then, your life goes back to normal. Our life consists mainly of those small things that you have to look forward to. They don't lose their significance even when you sort of elevate to a higher level. It's still the little things that bring the joy. So TMP Reese says that I'm looking forward to getting this album finished, doing this concert in June, and seeing what comes of it all. Yeah, you got a show, you got an album, and then we're gonna see what happens, right? Yeah, I got that. It's something about having something to pull you forward when you're feeling a little down. Something to pull you forward. All right, here we go. Are we ready to go to the next one? All right, let's go ahead and give it a look. For some of you, this will be obvious, but we'll ask the question for the rest. If you were required to perform in a talent show, what talent would you perform? If you had to participate, what talent would you perform? I mean, and think about something that translates to a talent show. I mean, watch you know before you even say it, we can't watch you design a game on stage and be entertained by it. This is a talent show. You've got a couple minutes to do something performative. Tim says, "Duh, skating." Tim would get on stage and skate. It needs to be a pretty decent sized skate stage, I guess. Room for you to do your thing. You got to build up enough speed for your tricks. Oh man. A little more like skate dancing, huh? Reese is like, LOL. I don't think I need to say anything. Y'all know what I got going on, what I'm about. Yeah, I'm always going on about my music. I worked that in the first conversation. First day Reese came in here. I don't know. It wasn't right off the bat. So it wasn't one of those things where he was coming in to make it a promo opportunity. He worked it in at some point though. Some people come in the stream right off the rip and like, yo, I got a mixtape dropping, yo. Go peep my mixtape real quick. Hit spam on the chat. It's like trying to put links in the chat. So Tim says, I only need a few feet to show my skating skills. So basically you tap dancing on your skates, basically. Huh? If you only need a few square feet, then you Savion on skates. All right. So Misfire says, poetry would be my thing. I get up there and break forth in verse. So Mo has a crashing app. I wonder, are you updated, Mo? I mean, that's kind of an obvious question. You're a pro, so I would think that you would be up to date. Reese says, as much as me and Tim go on about the same thing, I imagine if I sucked at music and she doesn't even own skates. Well, if she doesn't own skates, I know she at least rents them because I've seen a profile pic on skates. But yeah, I mean, Bonita Ray is here. Hi, Bonita. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're talking about our talent show thing. Miss would break forth in verse. Let's see. Warrior says it would be poetry and drums. at the same time. Same time, baby. Poetry and drums. We're gonna do it all. All right, let's see what we got here. Noble Ancient says, my talent to do on stage would be stand-up comedy. I'm naturally entertaining and I got jokes galore. All right. Emma says, I'd cross my arms and stare at the audience until they got quiet. Maybe throw in a good, I'll wait. There we go. That's that's some Andy Kaufman level performance art right there. That's a teacher talent. Just stand up in front of the crowd and cross your arms. So enter a nickname says, my talent would be fractal mimetic chaotician, fractal mimetic chaotician. Noble says, I know that Mez has a good sense of humor because I do too. I think the ultimate test of whether or not a person has a sense of humor is if you laugh when they say stuff. You know, if you laugh when they say stuff, how you know that a person, I mean, you know, it's like, am I laughing right now? This person must be funny. All right. So let's get ready to go on to the next prompt. I think y'all ready for that. It's good to see what your talents would be. Pancake has joined us. So you have to Noble, before you give yourself too much credit, you have to know what I'm laughing at. I mean, you know, what you laughing at? You gotta know what I'm laughing at. All right. Let's get ready to go to our next prompt. All right. So this question that we're working with right now, what movie or series have you the most? Part 2 of the question, let's not forget it. Part 2 of the question, What makes it so appealing? Don't just leave it at telling me what it is. Tell me why. What makes it so appealing? Enter a nickname. Thank you so much for the spoon. I really appreciate that. Love the support. You got us only 497 to go. Only 497 to go. Thank you so much for that. I mean, I don't know why I put that number up there. They got this contest going on right now over the weekend. It always, you know, I never can participate in any weekend things because I don't stream on the weekends like that. So now I got to be greedy for the 1 or 2 times that I actually stream. I got to be greedy because I don't be streaming on the weekends. Oh man. All right. What movie or a series have you rewatched the most? What makes it so appealing? Reese is like, say less. Thank you so much, fam. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. So for Tim, the rewatch champ, the rewatch situation, Matilda is such a fun movie. It makes you want to have powers. I don't know, man. I don't know. Matilda. If you had to estimate the number of times, you watched Matilda, what would you say? Reality Speaks. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. So check it out though. Is that something, if Matilda was on, if you were flipping through the channels and Matilda was on, would you stop to watch it again? Or are you good on it? You said, I'm gonna watch it. All right. I hear you. Misfire is back. Noble Ancient says the series MASH. There are multiple reasons why I rewatch it. The comedy, the points in time, the character interactions. Sincerely, good series. Reese is like, I wouldn't even notice if I flipped by it. Tim says, no camping this weekend. You got some, what is it, the weather? Pancake says, yes, it can be a TV show. Yeah. Movie or series. So for Misfire, it would be Scandal. It's got politics, Kerry Washington, DC, crime, passion. Okay, so it's not the weather, it's the Wi-Fi. So Reese says the weather's horrendous. Last night my power's out. Lightning hit and blew up. Which Transformer did it blow up? Was it an Autobot or a Decepticon? So Pancake says easily SpongeBob, because it's so nostalgic and watching it always puts me in a happy mood. So SpongeBob, if it's on, you're gonna watch it. And you know, there was a time when you could always basically SpongeBob was on 24 hours a day. At any point you could turn on and find SpongeBob. Quasha says, I don't watch much TV, but I finally started watching something on Netflix called Good Place. Okay. Those puny Autobots. Who wants one of those puny Autobots? All right. The Good Place. Listen to the podcast too. Yeah, I guess that's a good test. If there's a podcast about a show and you watch the show and listen to the podcast, that says something. So for Reese is the Black Mirror. Not every epsilon is solid, but the ones that are tend to be total mind effed. Instead of it's auto uncorrect. I mean, I don't know how far off you have to be when you're typing something for them to think that that's what you were going for. So it's worth thinking about the things that, oh man, Reese's got is on the crack screen game. All right. I mean, so let's find out how we doing today. Go ahead and vote in the poll right now. Let us know which team you are on. Let us know which team you are on right now. Just go ahead and open up that poll. There's 12 of us in here. Let's find out what the status, everybody's status is today. Thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate them. Say, oops, I lied. I'm so used to it, I forgot. I didn't even notice it. Look at your phone before you vote. All right, that's 7 votes. If you don't know, if you didn't vote now, if you ain't already voted, then we'll end it. Oh, actually, we need to flip that because we know we have a faulty ballot. It should be 4-3 the other direction. It should be 2-3 the other direction because we know we have a write-in ballot. Tim says, oops, I forgot. I do have a crack in my screen. All right, let's get ready to go on to the next prompt. All right, here we go. This one is a little bit fill in the blank situation. And let me give you the syntax so that you can get what I mean. If you don't already, I know. If you get it already, allow me to explain it anyway, because there might be somebody in here who don't get it. All right. The good old days when you could blank without blank. The good old days when you could blank without blank. There's a lot of possibilities here. If you want to do more than one, there's plenty of ways you can fit more than one in the box. If you're not too verbose, you can just use a word, a slash, and another word and do it again and again. But if you are verbose, you might only get a chance to do one. This is one, and I'm not resetting the box again. So use your characters wisely if you want to say more than one thing. Are the good days when you can eat without photographing it. The good old days when you can eat without taking a picture of it. Just enjoy your food. R.I.P. to Reese, who wasted the opportunity to fill in the blank. And instead wanted to make a commentary. Reese wanted to come with a soliloquy. Wait, I wasn't told I was supposed to have good days in the past. All right. Noble Ancient says, the good old days when you could play outside without worrying about spreading diseases or being distant. Noble want to play all up in your face. Biting Styles, thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. Let us know, what is it? What's something that you miss about the good old days? The good old days when you could play outside without worrying about spreading disease. Quasha says, the good old days when you could win a fight without getting shot. The good old days when people could take a L and you could live to fight another day. Tim says, G, can you answer this one or save this one for Sunday? We'll bring this one back Sunday because I think you can riff on this for a while. You can riff on this one for a while. So Tim mentioned saving it for Sunday. Sunday is when we have our subscriber only streams. So yeah, subscriber only streams are Sunday evening at 6 p.m. So if you are a part of that, you can be a part of that. Tim's like, are you going to remember? I don't know. It's not up to me to remember. If you want me to do it, then you remember. If it means that much to you, because it doesn't mean that much to me. Yeah, it don't mean that much to me. So if you want me to do it, you need to remember it. Maybe I can use this one as today's talk. Reese says, I'd say I'd say I will, but my memory is an Etch-a-Sketch that gets shaken clean every few minutes. Yeah. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work to get lost when you get shook up. The good old days. Pancake says, the good old days when I could play Fortnite with my friends after school on a Friday without having homework for the weekend. Not having to worry about homework on the weekend. Those are the days. Miss Fire says, the good old days when you could answer the phone without it being a scammer, when you could use the internet without interaction with bots, when you could navigate work without LinkedIn, exist without ads everywhere. When you could exist without ads everywhere. Miss, I would venture to say that you haven't lived during a time when that wasn't the case. I don't know if you're old enough to exist where there weren't ads everywhere. I think one of the most clever commercials I've seen in a while was the Geico commercial with the robot test. And he's sitting in front of the laptop trying to log in or something. I love that. Anna is here. Welcome in. Thank you so much. I'll say it again. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate. No Sleep is here. Thank you so much. And I was like, you said it right the first time. I don't know which one I said. Because you jumped in and jumped back out. I don't know which one I said first, so I'm going to keep alternating. If that's okay with you, I'm just going to keep alternating. Anna. Okay. Thank you so much for the like. Right now we are looking at the question, the prompt that you see in the background. It says, the good old days when you could blank without blank. Fill in the blanks in the request box and let us know what you are wishing for. What time, what time in the history in your personal life. Maybe it's sort of history in general, something that it's like, oh, the good old days. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for dropping those likes. All right, so we're going to get ready to do our recap. If you want to let's do that. We can, for the folks who just came in, we'll do a quick rundown of the prompts that we've gone over today so far. Noble says, well, you could go anywhere without a mask pre-COVID. All right. Basha, thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate it. All right. Let's do our recap and do our takeaways. This is an opportunity for you to let us know what your key takeaway has been thus in today's session. The prompts that we have worked with thus far are as follows. We started the conversation talking about what setback recently bounced back from. We have the ability to bounce back from things. And the idea that when things go bad, when things don't turn out the way we would have hoped for them to, the fact that we have this ability to persevere, to overcome the challenges that present themselves, to thrive in the midst of adversity. These are all hopeful things. So the question, what setback have you recently bounced back from? Some folks had a hard time thinking, well, I can't really think of anything. And it does sort of imply, at least if you are having a setback, it sort of implies that you had a goal, something that you were going for, because you don't have a setback when you're not doing nothing, right? You're just existing. So there was something that you wanted that you didn't quite get, but you managed to get past it. So then we went into a conversation or thinking about listing things that we're looking forward to. It's, underappreciated to when you wake up in the morning to have something that you're looking forward to. It doesn't have to be big. It can be small things, little slivers of joy that you can find. So what are you looking forward to? Conversation then went to talents. Like if you had to do something on stage to show your special, unique gifts, what would it be? I mean, y'all see it. All right. And then rewatching stuff, the thing that we can watch on repeat. And then, of course, the last one was the good old days that we riffed on. So let's see what some folks had to say in terms of a recap or a key takeaway. Puncake says, key takeaway, don't take life for granted. Always stay humble and know that the best things in life don't last forever. So you got to make the best of every day. Don't take your life for granted. So Noble Ancient says, my heartfelt key takeaway from this insightful episode is that I have more skill sets than just game design. I've been told my good mood is infectious and my humor is welcomed. It's like, hey, I got something for you besides them games. I got something else for you too. All right, so this is a moment for you to screenshot. If you want to swipe over to the right, screenshot. And while we're doing that, I'm going to take this second to say thank you and peace to everyone who has been watching us on video channels. We have been live today on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, Twitter. We've been live around out in them streets, and folks have been watching and hopefully enjoying the experience. But if you want to get the full experience, the only way to do that is in the VIP section. You can find the links in your description to join us on the Spoon app, where you'll get about 20 minutes of bonus content in the beginning of the stream and maybe up to 30 minutes of bonus content at the end. So if you enjoy hanging out with us and you want to meet some of the cool folks whose answers you have seen pop up on the stream, just check the links in your description and you can find us in the VIP on the Spoon app. And with that, I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. We'll be back we're going to hang out with the VIPs a little bit longer, but we'll be back here on the video channels on Monday for Morning Journal session number 271.